YouTube! We are back, man. This time in English. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my space of work, my studio here. And today we're gonna make a walkthrough. As I said in a video in Portuguese before, alright? We're gonna make this walkthrough here, alright? This is my new space. Now I record all my videos here. Now I make all my works here. So welcome and let's take a look to my studio. It's a great pleasure to make this video for you. Today we're talking in English to introduce the Redneck Dog, my new space. This is where I work. This is where I make my music, everything here, all right? And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the studio, about the equipments I have here, what I use to make my songs. All right, first things first, I asked one guy here, very nice guy, to make this great table and these shelves that you see behind me, okay? This guy was great. His name is Dennis. I will put the link here in the description, okay? Because it's a very good work. As you can see, this table, he made everything by himself. I made the instructions here where I want everything, and he made this great work. So if you are looking for a person to make furniture here in Ukraine, of course, or if you want to get inspired by some great work that he does, this is the man. Link in the description. Okay, let's start with my laptops. As you can see, one is closed. I decided to leave like this today. So let's start with my main one, okay? This HP here, it's an i5 with 8 gigas of RAM, okay? This is my main workstation. As you can see, it's where I record, mix, everything, make my work here, all right? So this laptop is great. Of course, I need to make some improvements here, but anyway, this laptop is amazing. He can do everything I want here. That's nice. So my main laptop, and let's talk about some plugins that I use here. First of all, if you go to my website, the Redneck Dog Studios.epz.com, link in the description, okay? Some time ago, I put there a blog post where I talk about, more or less, about plugins, my gear, everything, okay? And there I explain why I browserize my things here. What is to browserize? Let's try to explain here. Michael Brauer, it's one of the greatest music producer in the world. He won a lot of Grammys, produced to a lot of great artists, including Davey Matthews Band, a band that I love, John Mayer, another one that I love to listen to, you know, and he has a special setup for his things there, and we try to, people who like his work, of course, it's a great way of working. Let's start with my plugins, okay? For my voices, I use Melodyne. It's the best one for voices. You can correct pitch, you can do everything, all right? I won't give details about plugins today because this is a video of my studio, my place of working, okay? Then I have Fab Filter, IK Multimedia, a bundle of plugins that I love to use. It's great, it's amazing plugins. You can do very nice work with them, okay? Then let's see, for my virtual instruments, I use something called MIDI guitar. With this plugin, I can play keyboards, synthesizers, I can make a lot of different things with this plugin. It's something that I discovered not so long ago, and I really, really love this plugin, okay? What else we have here? Bias effects. It's every time I'm playing the guitar for these videos, I'm using bias effects. It's another one that I love. Great tunes, great like great setup of guitar. You can do everything you want. What you heard here in the beginning of this video was bias effects. Okay, simulating a Marshall. I have a tube screamer there, an OCD, a lot of great things. If you want, I can make a video explaining everything later, alright? But for my guitar, bias effects, I have TB Pro Audio, MV Matter, great matter. This is for measuring things when I'm mixing, mastering, or even recording is very good, you know. This is a free plugin, great. Some plugins of Waves here. The one that I'm in love nowadays, it's the Bass Rider. It's a great plugin. We can make bass cut through the mix. We can make voices cut through the mix with this plugin. It's amazing. You have to check this one if you don't know. And another one for free and for measuring, it's Yulin Loudness Matter. Another one for measuring things here. Okay, this one I usually use for putting my mixes into a nice level. Let's put like Spotify, YouTube level. You can use this measuring here. Great plugin for my videos. I'm not an expert. I'm trying to improve all the time, of course, but I use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a great one. You can do magic with this plugin. So, not a plugin, it's an app, okay? So you can make very good things. Try to check Adobe Premiere. So, let's talk about this one here. This old Sony Vaio. This is an old laptop, maybe 10, 12 years of use, you know. Very old, but still working. I still don't know how, but it's still working. That's amazing. So I use sometimes for recording voices, and mainly I use as my second screen. I have some apps installed on both computers, and when I'm mixing, I use this one as my second screen. It's great. This one is an i3, 3, 4, nobody knows. This one is an i3 with 4 gigas of RAM. Okay, very old, but still very useful for me. As I said, when I'm recording voices or things like this, I use Audacity because I have Linux installed there, and Audacity is free. It's a free software, very good. It's not the best one, of course, but it's very nice for recording voices and all these things. So this is what I use here. As you can see, I'm gonna open. I use Studio One 4 as my main app. Late in the past, I used it to have Pro Tools installed, but I don't know why I got tired of Pro Tools. Started to use Studio One. This software is so amazing, so easy, so nice to work with, that nowadays is my main one, okay? Here in my channel I have a very quick tutorial, maybe, I don't know, maybe half an hour, where I explain how I make my backing tracks, you know, backing tracks or my songs, my own songs, you know. I use Studio One, I love it, so check if you want, alright? I will put the description card here. I never know if it's here or here, but somewhere you will see the description card where I tell more or less this video is in Portuguese, okay? But you can have an idea how I make my backing tracks, how I track my own songs. Okay, let's move on. Now I have to tell about some gear that I have a long time. Now you can see it right here. Let me take for you my mixer. That's great, my batting gear. Shanix 1204 USB. For a long time I used it as my main sound card. Not the best option, but budget. So I used this one as my main sound card. It's not retired, but not so useful anymore, you know. So it's here, batting gear, my mixer, my latest gear in my studio, you know. This little guy here called Focusrite Scarlett. Amazing sound card. I bought not so long ago. Still trying to test, trying to do more things. Very simple sound card, but for me, in my studio, where I track my own guitars, my own basses, everything here, this one is perfect, all right? Just to explain, I'm not getting money from any of these brands, okay? I'm showing things that I have here as my own gear. And if I'm telling about this little guy here, it's because it's amazing. My main sound card, everything I do in my home studio, I do with this guy now, you know. This Focusrite is amazing. The best quality I've ever had in my life, you know. I'm in love with this sound card. It's great. I won't change it, never. Even if I improve my setup here, this one will be with me, for sure. Okay, let's move on. My audio monitors. All right, this pair of speakers here from Hercules. Okay, it's a company, they usually make things for DJs. I was in a budget. I used to live in Brazil on that time. I was in a very low budget, but I needed some speakers for my home studio there. I didn't have my studio yet, so I decided to go and look for monitors. Found this one on a very good price on that time. Tested. Of course, it's not high-end quality, but these guys are amazing. You know, I have a very flat response for these monitors, for these speakers. All my mixes, when I'm listening to music, when I'm playing the guitar, everything is through these guys, and they are great. Let's talk about this little guy, okay? I have these JBL speakers. It's a Bluetooth, very cheap speakers, but I use it to test my mixes, okay? Of course, nowadays everything, people listen to music through headphones and through this kind of speakers usually. So I always have this guy here to check my mixes, to test if everything is going okay through this one, so I know that I'm on the right path. So that's why I use this one here. All right, so time to talk about my headphones. I use Studio One from PreSonus, and I have this PreSonus HD7. Nice headphones. It's like a budget headphone as well, but very clear response, very flat response. I usually check my mixes with this one here, you know. That guy there from JBL, and this one from PreSonus. It's my voice. You are listening to this guy here, you know. It's a budget microphone, condenser microphone, but I'm not a singer. I can't sing anything. And I use this one for recording my videos. If I have to track some voices here, talking or do something like this, and you can listen to a lot of birds here. But that's it. Let's move on, okay? So this guy is amazing. I'm tracking my voice through this microphone. It's a condenser microphone. Cheap, but very useful. As I'm not a singer, I'm not tracking live musicians on my studio yet. I will do it in the future. But now, for videos, for all these things I'm making here, this one is perfect for me. Something very important that I bought not so long ago as well. As I said, I had a studio in Brazil. I sold everything there, and I'm rebuilding everything again here. I bought these small pads, as you can see here. It's very good for listening to music, but especially for mixes, you know. I have a much more, I said to you about these monitors, they are great, but with these pads from UA Acoustics, produced here in Ukraine, very nice, and I can have a much more flat response, you know. So it was a very great thing that I bought for my studio. And that's it, pads from UA Acoustics. Okay, my cables. I use Santo Angelo and Monster cable for my guitars, for microphones, and everything that I need. I usually use Santo Angelo, a Brazilian brand, very nice one, very good quality of cables, and Monster cables, of course, are amazing, one of the best in the world. I have my guitar here. This is a Cort Viva Gold series, you know, very nice guitar. It's what I use to record all my guitars, my videos, everything. I use this one here. Has a great functionality here that it's this open coil. I have two humbuckers, you know, but if I pull this guy, I have a single coil. Great guitar. For my picks, I have this one here. I use Dunlop. Don't know if it's possible to see here, but I have Dunlop picks. This one is 2 millimeters. I like these heavy picks, heavy sounds, you know. So this one is great for playing the guitar. All right. So this is basically the setup of my home studio. I make everything in the box. I don't know why. I'm in love for technology. I love it. And I try to make all my works here inside the box. And I get great results. On my channel here you can see some of my works. I have much more to come. I have some great news, you know. I still can't say a lot of things, but I'm gonna start to produce a new band. Not from Ukraine, not from Brazil, they are from USA. So I'm gonna start to produce them. Soon we will have a new CD coming to our ways, okay? But I can't say a lot of things yet. And with some friends from Brazil, we're gonna make a lot of different videos playing Brazilian pop rock songs. Here from my studio, I'm gonna produce all the songs. And from Brazil, Marcelo and Mara, they will play and sing there, you know. So we're gonna have like live music with these great friends from Brazil. Another great news, you know. And much more to come. Talking to a lot of different people around the world, and much more yet to come. All right, so that's it. And I'm gonna show something special for me here. In Brazil, I work as a bartender. It's something that I love to do. And here I have all my cups, my beverage, my liquors, as you prefer, I don't know. Don't know if you like it, but I like to drink beer. I like good cocktails. I learned everything with one of my best friends in Brazil and all over the world. His name is Fabiano from Eclipse Bartenders in Brazil. You can find in Facebook Eclipse Bartenders, and you won't regret. This guy is amazing, amazing. So, as you can see here, I have all my cups, I have my bartender material, all my things here. I still like to do it. Nowadays here in Ukraine, I'm focused just on my studio. As I said to you, I have this great project of with these American friends coming. You know, it will be a lot of hard working, but great work, you know. And that's it, guys. This is my place where I work, where I feel comfortable, in my home studio, where I make everything here. All right. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. It's a little bit longer, but I would like to show everything from my studio here, what I use. Leave comments here if you would like to see some different things, plugins I use, and other kinds of contents, okay? So, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate a lot. See you soon, guys. Thank you.